Women doctors, we hear you. We know your struggles. We know what it's like to be a female doctor in this dominant world. And guess what? Dr. Summer Casmel and myself teamed up together and created Women Dentists Connect. We wanted to create a safe, educational, and inspirational place to come and ask those crazy questions that you don't want to ask. We know that being a female doctor is different than it is for male doctors. You just have different issues, different questions, different concerns. So Dr. Summer Casmel and I are actually hosting a live event in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona on October 11th and 12th. This is for women doctors and their teams. We're talking business. We're talking issues that female doctors face. We're talking team breakouts, how to really rally your team. And we're giving you hundreds of tangibles that you can take home and implement Monday morning. We're also having an amazing lineup of speakers where you'll actually get CE for attending. So come on in. We can't wait to see you. We only have a handful of people that we're allowing in. So run on over to womendentistconnect.com. Use the coupon code podcast to get the Dental 18 family coupon. Guys, I cannot wait. I would love to see you there. I'd love to connect with you, learn from you, and share. So hop on over Women Dentist Connect. I can't wait to see you in October. Welcome to the Dental 18 podcast. We're your hosts, Kiera
and Dr. Mark Costas.
Mark and I had this crazy idea that maybe we could combine a dentist and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. And Dental 18 podcast was created.
I'm a practicing dentist, a multiple practice owner, a dental performance coach, and the founder of the Dental Success Institute.
I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, current practice owner, and international dental consultant. Mark and I don't just understand you, we are you.
Our goal is to positively impact the world of dentistry by sharing our lessons learned from the road in hundreds of dental offices.
Two perspectives, one mission, to help dental professionals reach their full potential. Welcome to the Dental 18 podcast. Hello, Dental 18 listeners. This is Kiera, and I want to give you guys a sneak peek into our phone skills and scheduling event that we're going to be doing in Indiana. And I freaking love this event. It's so much fun. And like I've said, you guys can listen to the podcast all day long, but get out to a live event. We're having another live event in November. It's going to be case acceptance. And we're also doing our Women Dentist Connect in October. That's October 12th and 13th, I do believe, or 11th and 12th. I could be lying to you. It's that Friday, Saturday, and I should know these dates. It's the 11th and 12th. But get to these events because there's something magical when you're in a live event space. You're surrounded by the energy. You're excited. It's just like working from home by myself versus working with a team. I can get so much more done when I'm around a team because there's energy I'm feeding off and there's people to bounce ideas on, and I'm surrounded by like-minded people. Or just listening on the podcast like you're solo doing this, which I love. Don't stop listening to the podcast, but get to an event because it will change your life. And so as a sneak peek into the phone skills and scheduling. So Tiff and I have done this event last year. We got raving reviews on it. It was so much fun. And then we decided to obviously make it better for this year. So I just want to give you guys a quick glimpse into what we're going to be doing at the phone skills and scheduling. So one of the very first things that we do is we talk about leveling up. And if you haven't heard what leveling up means, Tiffanie and I, if you don't know us, go check out our Dental 18 videos because you'll see two very different personalities. Go listen to mine and Tiff's podcast. You'll hear two different personalities because what happens is when I come in with a lot of energy, like I am hot, coming in hot, like there's so much going on in my world. I've always been this way. Like I wake up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm ready to go. No coffee, just ready to go. Like that's who I am. I live in this very high peak state until about 8 o'clock at night and then crash and burn. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm asleep. My mom even said as a little kid, I would get too tired and she would wonder where I was. And lo and behold, I was, just taking a snooze because I was too tired and I had gone and put myself to bed. Then you meet Tiffanie. Tiffanie has a much more calm personality. She's got a lot of energy to her, but she's more calm. She says like she's cool like a sunset. And I feel like I'm like fire and firecrackers. So you've got two different personalities, but yet both of us have work check-in. Both of us are work check-out. Both of us have been office managers. And honestly, both of us have to do what we call level up. So very first and foremost, when we do our phone skills and scheduling is we talk about leveling up. And I've seen people, I was talking to an assistant the other day and she's like, well, Kiera, that's just not who I am. And I'm like, guess what? You're in an office where that requires you to be this way. We all have to level up to the version of ourselves that's appropriate. For me, sometimes when I'm doing a treatment plan and we're talking about a lot of money and finances, I've got to actually, my leveling up doesn't mean I increase my energy. My leveling up is I've got to level to their level. I've got to bring myself down a couple notches. I've got to be empathetic and have the energy that matches them. For Tiffanie, it's super fun to watch her. When she answers a phone, she literally sits upright in her chair and she's like, thank you for calling. And she exerts way more energy than she does when she's just talking to me regularly. Same thing with this assistant. She's like, well, I'm just naturally quiet. And I'm like, guess what? You got to be direct. You got to be more vocal so your patient can hear you and your team members can hear you. You've got to level yourself up. So every single one of us can level up. And people are like, well, I'm just not spunky and bubbly. And I'm like, guess what? If you're the first impression of that office, who do you want to see? You want to see somebody that's welcoming and inviting. And just if that's not you, you've got to level up because you're in that position. All of us have to level up. When I go in to do a presentation, guess what? I level the shenanigans up. Like I've got to be like pumping myself up. I get in peak state. If you don't know what peak state is, go check Tony Robbins. It's awesome. Always make decisions in peak state because you're going to make a better life and better decisions if doing so. I have to go like seriously pump myself up. I listen to pump up music before I go on stage. I am getting all psyched up and jazzed because I know I've got to bring a ton of energy. I have to get in like a very strong state and level myself up when I go consult. I'm getting people to do things they don't want to do, and I've got to make them super excited about it and make them want to do it. That is part of my coaching. When I get on a podcast, I have to level myself up. If I came in with like no energy and just like dead and drowned and like my life's terrible, you guys wouldn't want to listen to this. That's not leveling up. I have to bring even more energy than I normally would. And it's crazy because people think I'm in this state of high all the time. End all be all, when I was with my family the other day, there's a ton of them. I actually watched myself take a back seat. When I'm in a big crowd and I'm not the one presenting, I take a back seat and I'm actually kind of shy, which I was shocked because you'd think like Kiera Dent, she's always on the podcast. She's like got tons of energy. She's out there. She's saying hi to people. She's putting on these events. No, guys, when I'm with a big crowd that I don't know, I am like shy as all get out and it scares the shenanigans out of me to go talk to people. That's really who I am. I'm so scared of it. I just see my like one core person next to me and I'm golden. But if I'm flying solo, like, oh gosh, networking, forget it. I hate doing it. That's just who I am. But I have to level up. So all of us, no matter who we are, can level up. And we talk about that. And so whatever position you're in when we do our event, you've got to level up. Become that better version of yourself. Level up to a higher level, whatever that means. For me, that means taking it down a few notches. For Tiff, it means she's got to take it up a few notches. Know yourself, level up, play the position you're going to be in, and play full out. Be that person. Dental assistants, be chatty. Hygienists, make it a great, awesome experience. You educate them. You have a fun time. You connect with your patients. That doesn't mean you've got to be a Kiera or a Tiffanie. It means be yourself, but level up to the highest version. Regional managers, office managers, level up. Make sure you're motivating your team. It's exhausting. It is exhausting, but that's your job. So fill your well through podcasts or get coaching from somebody else that can fill your well for you. You've got to do things because you got to level up for your team. Whatever position you're in, making sure you level up. And then we go into Mark's 3 E's. So when you're on the phone, there's he talks about empathy, energy, and edification. So making sure we show empathy when we're on the phone and with our patients, making sure we've got energy, so leveling to that energy, and then also edifying everyone in our practice. Those 3 E's, you guys have heard me and Mark talk about it, are phenomenal because on the phone, you don't get they don't get your facial expressions. They don't get to see your body language. All they can hear, just like on the podcast, all you guys can hear. You guys can't see that my hands are moving and that my face is super excited. All you can do is feel the energy and hear the words that I'm speaking. That's it. That's all I have to connect you guys and to reel you in. Same thing over the phone. Are you doing those 3 E's? Are you edifying your doctor and your team members? Are you having the energy? And are you showing empathy? When people call in with a toothache, are you like, cool, great, let's get you in the schedule? Or you're like, gosh, that's such a bummer. I'm so sorry to hear that. Like I had a toothache the other day, or gosh, I've had a toothache and it is the most painful thing. Let's get that taken care of. Making sure we show that empathy to our patients because then we're human beings. We're not just people answering the phone all day long. Then we go into phone skills. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. We actually play some sample ones. I actually call people. I'm a mystery caller every so often. I do it to offices that I coach. I will mystery call. So if we're working on cancellations and new patients, I will call in and act as these patients, and I record the calls. So we have a phone call scorecard that's super fun, and we actually rate these calls. You can do this as an exercise in your practice, because when we actually start like dissecting and autopsying these phone calls, you learned so much. Do you hear that energy? Are you hearing edification? Is there empathy? Were they quick and to the point? Did they actually solve the problem? We get rogue and we answer the phone and we create patterns because we want it to be easy. But is that pattern actually getting the results you're looking for? Or is it just part of your job? So we shake you guys up. We have you listen to other people. When you hear other people's phone calls, it's really easy to pick it apart. But then I strongly advise that doctors or somebody on your team, like get your mom or somebody, like call. I record on Zoom. So I literally call on my phone, turn my phone on speakerphone, and record on Zoom and play it back. There's tons of recording companies out there for you. I just heard of an awesome one the other day in a practice. I'll get the name of that for you guys. They are fantastic. I heard great things. They'll actually flag the new patients for you. So that is a great resource. I'll for sure get that for you guys and have it in the show notes for you. But with that said, they also are using, we have you guys start to listen to your phone calls. So we make sure we are having all the team members participate in this. And then we have you guys practice with each other on these things. We're also going for, I did a podcast on it, insurance verbiage, how to handle those like crazy insurance calls, new patient phone calls, cancellation phone calls. Those are all the bane of those phone calls. And so when we do that, we really help you guys get some stuff. So we give you guys a lot of those nuggets. We have a ton of tangibles. I think we have like a 30-page booklet we send you home with. And then like the words to use or not to use, because we found that the words we use create our reality. So we focus a ton on that. We play games with everybody. We pair you guys up. We make you guys chat with each other. We figure out energy and empathy and edification and all those pieces. So it's super, super fun. So that's the whole first half of the day. Really working hard on it. People say they love it because you hear these phone calls. You change yourself. You practice with somebody else of having a phone call. And so you can really learn and get feedback from each other. Then in the second half of the day, we do scheduling. And I love it. It's so much fun. I should have been a kindergarten teacher. In my next life, I'll be a kindergarten teacher, I think. Kaylee's being a second or third grade teacher, so maybe I'll go in with her some days. But what we have you guys do is we first start off with the X's and slashes, or the doctor time and assistant time. And we really work hard on figuring out doctor time and assistant time so you can be proactive with your schedule. Because when you have every single person on your team working effectively, so doctor time, assistant time, and then you pre-block your schedule so you have blocks in your schedule for perfect scheduling. So we teach you guys how to do that. We also have you work with your doctors for ideal scheduling times. We also talk about the NDTR, so making sure we've got those prime handoffs, so your doctor tells you how much time you want, and so we're having better scheduling. We talk about like scheduling mishaps, so making sure you've got high production in the mornings and right after lunch. I hate when there's a $0 production to start the day off. It does not start the day well. It's kind of like starting your day and not getting your morning coffee or your whatever you do in your morning that gets your day going right. If you don't start your day off right, you tend to have a crummier day. And I think starting with high production is the best thing you can do. So we actually have all these appointments and we get you guys in groups and we make you guys build a schedule. So we are looking for the team that has the most productive schedule, where the doctor's not running crazy, so they're actually able to see all the patients, and we have the doctors actually judge your schedules. So we have doctors give feedback on why they like this schedule or why they don't like this schedule. And then we also built a scheduling scorecard so you guys can take this home. So you can look at the schedule, you can see like, hey, this day we give it a 10, or we give it a 4, or we give it a 3 based on certain criteria. So then you guys can go back home and I teach you guys how to, for a month, figure out if you have perfect scheduling. And we're going to challenge everybody to do the phone calls where everybody does a mystery call on their office. And we also challenge everybody to go through the schedule and check for perfect scheduling. Use this scorecard every single day for 30 days so we can solve scheduling forever. Like, doesn't that sound like a dream? So I am so excited for everybody coming. If you haven't gotten your tickets, by all means, get them. We'll for sure talk about them afterwards. But I really do believe, and if you guys can't make this event, because I know it's right before the event, come to our case acceptance one in November. Like if you've been thinking about it, come. If you wanted to meet us in person, come. If you want to just get like new ideas for your practice, it's crazy because even if you're like, we crush case acceptance or we crush phone skills and scheduling, awesome. Come share, but you're going to learn something. Because when you're in the mode of like an event or these things, it becomes a heightened awareness. Guys, I came off of Tony Robbins and they say we don't have motivational speakers. We want people that impact for change. And that's what I work on so hard. That's why I do tangibles and tacticals and practicals and like, hey, get these things, go implement into your practice. Because I can sit here and motivate you all day long. But if you don't go act and you don't go change, what's the point of it? But I think at events, you get like surrounded by all these people that are like jumping and super excited and having fun and we're laughing and we're having an experience and we're experiencing it. It sticks with you. You just like, I've heard people will say like, what happened on September 11th? You all know what happened on September 11th, where you were when those planes collided. Like, you can remember that. But what happened on September 9th or September 10th? We can't remember that far back because nothing impactful happened those days, unless like you got engaged or it was your birthday or something like that. Then you'll remember. But otherwise, it's just another day. And so having that experience, having something that locks it in, like you'll remember, I can remember going to the event and what I felt there. I can remember like certain classes in college because they resonated. There was an experience that I had that I felt that changed. That's what you should also be working on when you have meetings. That's when team members will remember. They also say when you share stories will create, it will help you remember. So creating those stories in whatever way you can, but really trying to create experiences. That's why we do live events, because it's fun. People come, they change, something changes. They experience something in it's their mind and their body, and they experience the energy around them that creates changes for them. So yes, it sounds like, well, I've already done that, but come to a live event. It'll be a ton of fun. I can't wait to see you guys there. So case acceptance is going to be in November. You guys can pop on to thedentalatteam.com, sign up for it. We're looking forward to seeing you. If you can't find it, email us hello@thedentalatteam.com. Shoot me a text, send me a message on Instagram, wherever it is, but come. Phone skills and scheduling is going to be a blast. I seriously cannot wait. We've shipping. Oh my gosh, we have so much printing. It's insane. I love it so much. But I want people to go home with tangibles, things that they can go implement. So if you're not coming to the event, what are you going to do? I would say do the mystery call. Call your office. Have somebody call your office, record it, and then grade the phone call. How was the energy? How was the empathy? How was the edification? How did they do? Train your team on energy, edification, empathy. Work on those things. Role play that out. Practice that. Work on the X's and slashes. If you have not done that in your schedule, get it done. You're wasting doctor and assistant time that's vital to help your practice grow. Get those X's and slashes in there. Pre-block your schedule so you can look for these. I have an office that's freaking rad, and in their morning huddle, they actually go through the X's and slashes to make sure they're at productive time. Do that. Try that out if you're an elite level. If not, get those things in there. Also, doctors, get your ideal scheduling time. Get that busted out. If you need some of these forms, email me. And then grade your schedule. Solve scheduling forever. You guys have 30 days. Try it. Take that 30-day scheduling challenge. Let me know how it goes. I want to hear about it. And as always, you guys, whatever it is, just try something. Have 3 of those ideas brewing. Try something out. Obviously, hold strong for a little while. But really, let's try these things out. I think you guys will see a lot of changes. So that's a little sneak peek of what our phone skills and scheduling is going to look like. And please come to the case acceptance in November or to the Women Dentist Connect. It's for teams and doctors. It's going to be epic. So come on over. Come to a live event. I think it'll change your life. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time on the Dental A Team Podcast.
And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental A Team Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.